Ah, the forbidden fruit that taxes our opponents beckons ever so sweetly. Can you feel it? The desire to make our foes discard, pay more, and to add insult to injury, damage them on their own turn? The reaction you get when you utter this hero's name makes me believe that she isn't an ice but a salt wizard. Of course I'm talking about our hero for this deck tech. And there can only be one, Iyslander. Iyslander? 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 Did they accidentally use a lowercase? Whatever, I'm just gonna call her Yolanda. The first thing we'll do is ask ourselves, what did she do to make this poor bear look so distraught? He's like, oh hell nah, this young lady's back again. Oh, and on a side note, I'm trying to see if I can hit 20 subscribers by the end of the year, and we're actually almost there already. So if you want to see more budget, Kamana and Blitz decks, then please consider subscribing, I would really appreciate it. And yeah, let's get back to the deck tech. So anyway, my homegirl Yolanda is an ice wizard. Shockingly, that means we can play ice and wizard cards in this deck. The first thing to note is that she starts with 18 life instead of 20. Yolanda also has two abilities. The first one reads, if it's not your turn, you may play non-attack action cards with blue color strips from your arsenal as though they were an instant. Whereas the second one reads, whenever you play an ice card during an opponent's turn, create a frostbite token under their control. A frostbite token has cards and activated abilities you control cost an additional resource point. But this token is destroyed at the end of our opponent's turn or after they've played a card or activated an ability. We will, of course, be using Yolanda's signature weapon, Waning Moon. While Waning Moon doesn't have an attack value, it has a very important ability. Once per turn, for 2 resources, deal 2 damage to target hero. If it's not your turn, instead deal 3 damage to them. But pay attention to the fine print, because we can only use this ability if we've played a non-attack action card this turn. And since instants don't use up action points, we want to use this ability on our own turn as well as our opponent's turn. Here's what our turns would ideally look like. We play a 0 or 1 cost card with arcane damage and pitch a blue card to pay for it. Then we use the remaining resources to pay for our Waning Moon activation. Of course we have to pitch another card if we've played one of our 2 or 3 cost actions. We then put a blue card into our arsenal and pass our turn. On our opponent's turn, we wait for them to take action and play our arsenal card in response. If our arsenal card is an ice action card, they get the highly sought after Frostbite token. After that, we activate Waning Moon. Rinse and repeat. Okay, let's take a look at our main equipment. We use Glacial Horns, which we can destroy to freeze a card in target hero's arsenal and one ally they control until the start of our next turn, go again. Conduit of Frostburn can be destroyed at instant speed to give the next card with arcane damage that we play this turn. When this deals arcane damage to a hero, destroy a frozen card in their arsenal. It also has Quell 1. We can destroy a Spellfire Cloak at instant speed to gain 1 resource, but only on our opponent's turn. It also has Arcane Barrier 1. And Mage Master Boots has pay 1 resource and destroy them to give the next non-attack action card we play this turn, go again. In our remaining arsenal we have Ironhide Helm, Gauntlet and Legs to bolster our physical defenses, a Nullrune Hood and Boots in case we run into another Wizard or Runeblade. Now it's time to look at Yolanda's deck. Even though this is a Wizard deck, we run 2 attack actions. Well, kind of. The red version of Wounded Bull is a 7 damage attack action for 3 resources. If we have less life than our opponent, it even deals 8 damage. And since Yolanda starts off with 18 life, this effect should be active right away. In most cases anyway. The other attack action is the blue Brothers in Arms, but we never plan to actually attack with it. Either we pitch it for 3 resources or we use its ability while blocking. When defending with Brothers in Arms, you may pay 1 resource. If you do, it gains +2 defense. With this, our opponent's turn could look like this. The opponent attacks. We block with Brothers in Arms and pay 1 resource with a blue card. We then play a 0 cost card from our arsenal and use the remaining 2 resources to activate Waning Moon. Ouch. But of course we also have wizard things in this wizard deck. For arcane damage we have the red and blue Ether Hail, All versions of either Ice Vein that has Ice Fusion deal arcane damage, and if this was fused and deals damage to a hero, they discard a card unless they pay 2. The blue frosting only deals 1 damage, but it costs 0 and is an Ice Wizard action, so it activates Waning Moon and Iyslander if we play it from Arsenal. Blue Ice Bolt. Blue Ice Bind has Ice Fusion as well. Deal 1 damage to target hero. If this was fused and deals damage to a hero, freeze a card in their arsenal until the start of your next turn. The red and blue Polar Cap have Ice Fusion, deal arcane damage to any target. If it was fused and deals damage to a hero, create a Frostbite token under their control. And the blue Scalding Rain and Timekeeper's Whim. Timekeeper's Whim also has, if it is played during an opponent's turn, put it on the bottom of its owner's deck. So even if a match goes into overtime, we can never run out of cards in our deck. And now let's take out our Salt Shakers. All these actions are blue. Amulet of Ice is an ice action item that has Go Again and Instant. Destroy Amulet of Ice, target hero discards a card unless they pay 2. Activate this ability only if you have Ice fused this turn. Arctic Incarceration is an ice action that creates a Frostbite token under our opponent's control. So if we play it from Arsenal, that makes it 2. Cold Snap has, target hero may pay 1, if they don't, freeze a card in their arsenal or an ally they control until the start of your next turn. If we've played it from Arsenal, we draw a card, and it even has Go Again. And then there's Winter's Bite, target hero discards a card unless they pay 1. Go Again. Lastly, we play 2 defense reactions that also serve to activate Waning Moon. Fate Foreseen blocks 4 damage and has Opt 1. While Sink Below blocks 4 damage and has, you may put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. If you do, draw a card. Well, look at you. You've made it until the end. This is the part of the video where I say everybody's favorite things, such as, please like the video if you've enjoyed it. I would really like to know if I'm doing this right and if people can actually get something out of this. Also, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. I plan to upload once a week, although expect some hiccups since I'm new to video editing. But for now, take care of yourself, thank you for your time, and maybe I will see you in the next video.